Hello.
Hello. Hello, goddesses. Hello, Ramona.
Hello, Paige.
Hmm. Happy Wednesday or whatever day it
Yeah, whatever day you're
happens to
catching this.
be.
Oh, I have lost Paige. So we will see if she hops back in here with us, but I'll start. We are chatting today about the goddess Lakshmi and our integration with her. So we're going to give Paige just a moment to hop back in here. She's hopping in now. Technology, we are grateful for it. But so our chat today will be in regards to our integration process with the goddess Lakshmi that we've been working with this month. So as Paige is coming back in, I'll just begin a little bit about my
Here I am.
experience. There she is.
I do not know what happened.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was beginning to share with our community was that this month Lakshmi has definitely been working her magic in my life, and I've been definitely tapping into her. I have this retreat that I'm going on in about 3 weeks now, I think is when I leave. I'm like, oh, my mind's blown, right? And so, when I made the choice to do this, Spirit just said go. And so when Spirit tells me to go, I'm saying, okay. And I get on it. And even if it doesn't make sense, and even if I'm like, what am I doing? My ego wants to say, I can't afford that, or I can't do that.
I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Why am I doing
every
this?
reason why it's not possible.
Yeah.
So at any rate, I have learned that when Spirit says go, there's a reason, so go. So I took the leap, bought the ticket, scheduled the retreat. Okay, I'm going. So I had been working on all summer long. My intention was to have the retreat and my flight completely paid off before I left. Because then when I'm there, I'm just paying for the couple hotels that I have to pay for, and then some of the travel that I have to do between the islands.
Right.
Going to a couple different islands while I'm there. So that just soothed my soul to know that I wouldn't be coming back with an extraneous amount on the credit card. Instead, it was just what I spent, right? And then I could pay it off, and it would, it'd be fine. So I paid my retreat in full last week. So I made some payments and then paid it off. And so this is where Lakshmi comes in, right? So I'm like looking at my credit card statement and looking at my bank account, and I'm going back and forth. And oh, should I do this? Should I just pay a little bit? What? I was. But every like ringing bell from Spirit said, be done with it. This is what you said you were going to do. The funds are here. You're creating chaos where it doesn't belong, essentially. Right? So when I finally just said, okay, fine, and I just pressed paid off the rest of it right then, and I let go.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, just trust in the process. And don't get me wrong, I'm not in a position where it's like I'm being irresponsible. I had the funds. I've been saving. I did the things that needed to be done in order for this to be okay. But my ego still wants to make chaos.
Right.
And so I did this, and then I just said, okay, so I have released because I was doing this, right? So there was no room for anything to come in.
Right.
So I go like this by paying it and letting go.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday I have a client come in that I've never seen before. And they're like, oh, I want to come monthly. And I'm like, okay. and so this all happened in 24 hours. And so this is Lakshmi's message is, are your hands open to receive? Are you open to receive? Are you tapping in to Spirit and honoring what Spirit's guiding you to do, knowing that if you let go, what you need will come?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Ganesh comes in and helps remove the obstacles. So Ganesha came in and said, okay, we're just gonna really encourage you to let go of the need to hold on to that money and just trust in the process, right?
Yeah.
And I will tell you, this is a core life lesson for me, is financial concerns. It's been something I've struggled with my whole life, because I've always had this well, not always. I had this ingrained fear of lack, like we didn't have enough. And so
Right.
when I started really working on focusing on manifesting abundance, it wasn't just financial, it was abundance in all ways that I could receive abundance. That's when this like huge space opened up in my life, that it just like it's flowing in with just complete and utter ease. So
Yeah.
this is the work with Lakshmi, is how am I tapping into my ability to manifest everything that I need? How am I working with the divine to help me co-create that? And so by tapping in and using mantra or chanting, or just leaning into the energy of Lakshmi, really helps my heart feel safe to open
Yeah.
hands and receive.
Yeah. And we talked about how she partners with Ganesha, and Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. So you remove those obstacles, which are most often are just in our head, what we have conjured up, that, oh, I need that money for something else. Even though I saved it and was,
Well, if I let it go, then I won't
let
have
it,
it.
well, yeah, or yeah, and where will there be any more?
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, and that's a belief that a lot of us have, and then you just let go and leave room for more energy. It's just an exchange of energy, right? So you just let go of that, and the energy can flow in, and it's just this circular thing. And it's interesting that you're going on this retreat in Greece. So you will be communing with the goddess in a very, very
intimate way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're just going to feel them all around you. I'm so excited for
and
you.
the retreat that ultimately now I'm going to is called Connecting to the Goddess Within.
There you go. There you go.
And that was not the original retreat that I registered for whenever Spirit told me to move.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Just a few years ago, when we started invoking the divine goddess, that was our intention, to one day manifest a retreat in Greece, goddess retreat. And here you have manifested one, or an experience. So we hope that based on your experience, we can continue that. Yeah. Well, it's funny. One of my podcast guests has manifested a Greek island cruise. And we were just talking about it yesterday. I recorded an episode with her, and that's going to be next September. And I said, well, this is really funny. And she's really into the goddess and all of that. She's a mermaid. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And so she's got some fun things planned. And I said, oh, that's really interesting that it's September of next year. This year. It's just, when you remain open to those things, and like, that's something I would love to do. And here again, oh, I just spent a whole lot of money on a lot of other traveling and all that stuff. And there's time to save for that. And I mean, if you want to make it happen, it's going to happen. I've been talking to a lot of people. I think the thread in my month working with Lakshmi is that clearing away those beliefs that belief, one day I'm going to do that, or yet someday.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure. 100%.
If 2020 didn't teach us anything, that it's now, time, we got to do it. Yeah. So just trust, let go of those beliefs that can't be done, and
Well,
It's
and
it's possible.
I have to tell you what, this is a solo travel that I'm taking to Greece. I've never been to Europe. And I am solo traveling at 48 years old, which is a different mind than the 20-year-old.
Yeah.
20-year-old
Yeah.
doesn't have some of the concerns that the 48-year-old does. And so I have worked through some of my anxieties and prepared so that I can feel grounded and safe while I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Not that, I mean, Greece is actually one of the safest places to solo travel. I've done that research, but
Yeah.
it's about understanding that, I'm foreign currency, foreign language, like these are all things that are outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I'm excited and grateful to have those experiences, but I also want to make sure that I'm mindful of some of the things that could happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give power to them. I'm just going to prepare to be, as aligned to my highest and greatest good and safety while I'm there. And I spent the whole month of July being inundated with so many people that I know that have either been to Greece in the last few months or were in Greece. Like my Facebook feed was lit up with Greece for the whole month of July because I had so many people that I knew that were there.
Yeah.
And one of them was a story that I needed to hear, which then pointed me in the direction of making sure I had something I needed.
Yeah.
So again, I'm trusting in the process. I'm trusting that the divine is going to hold me in a safe haven, and I'm excited to have this experience. So
Well, we're excited for you. And
I'm grateful for Lakshmi and Ganesha for working with me this month to just help me manifest that abundance of faith, that abundance of joy, that abundance of adventure.
yeah, I think many of us have experienced that abundance in different ways. And I'd be curious to hear what others in the group have experienced, or if they're still in the process. I mean, doesn't mean that this month everything had to happen, but even just setting yourself up with that mindset that it's possible.
Well, and I am so excited that our next goddess is who our next goddess is, because me being in Greece is going to be so freaking amazing.
I know. We're not going to tell you who she is. Don't or if you want to, you can. But
so we're going to take a pause next week because we have an extra week in this month because we have 5 Mondays. So we'll be taking a little pause next week. But be looking out for on September 5th as we begin working with Diana.
I always think of Wonder Woman when I hear Diana. I love Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be in her homeland, man.
I know. How exciting.
So it'll be great. At any rate, with that, thank you so much for joining us, and share with us any of your experiences you've had with Lakshmi. We'd love to hear about it. Until next time, have a great couple weeks, and we'll see you soon.